Hey, sports fans. Welcome to the channel. Chi-Town Collector here with my debut YouTube video. Um, Wanted to get on YouTube this year so that I could share my TTM success, my vintage card pickup success. I started back collecting in 2025 thanks to or because of, I guess we can blame them or thank them for helping me get back into the hobby. There's quite a few great people on YouTube already. Midlife sports cards, vintage oddball cards, the Mangini collection, baseball collector, just to name a few. They're great. They have unbelievable collections, things that I aspire to ever be able to have in my collection or even be able to afford. They're very knowledgeable, and it's just cool to watch the cards that they share. For the TTM side of life, Johnny Serena, Chris cards, Chris and Chris collecting cards have been huge. Abe sports cards, just to see their success, see the way that they send out TTMs has been very helpful. I would say for my success as well. So I wanted to be able to do the same, share my success, kind of share my vintage, what I was able to obtain in 2025, what I would like to obtain in 2026. Again, my price point is not like that of so many here on YouTube, but it's been fun trying to get into vintage. I collected when I was a kid, so plenty of junk wax, things that are great TTM fuel today, but just no real value. I love watching sports still today, but I'm not big into modern day cards. I'm a gambler, but not like that. I feel like it's such a gamble with modern day cards, whereas Mickey Mantle is always going to be Mickey Mantle. Those are ones that I want to be able to look at, store away in my collection, leave for my kids so that they can tell stories about them, just like the stories I get to hear about them or the stories I get to tell from watching them. So enough of me rambling. It's mostly just to introduce myself and my 2026 goals. At the end of this video, I will share my 2025 success from a TTM standpoint. I'll thumb through a few cards, more than a few, I guess, that I was able to get returned this past year. I started in March of 2025 and have gone strong up to the date. I tried to kind of focus on certain sets, as you can really get carried away if you don't, and there's nothing wrong with that either. I am mostly collecting 1990 Fleer, 1991 Fleer baseball, 1990 Skybox, 1991 Skybox, some Olympic medalists, and then some vintage in there as well. So again, at the end of this video, I will share that with you. One of my additions for 2026 is the 1992 Game Day Tallboy football set. So I will be sending those out really heavy to start the season. I kind of stopped for 2 weeks around Christmas just because everybody we're sending out to is human as well. They're busy, time off, wanting to spend it with family. So I kind of gave a little break there, and I've ramped it up on the ones I'll be sending out to start 2026. So hopefully everybody had a great Christmas season and a happy holidays. And yeah, so for 2026, my vintage side, again, I'm a huge Cubs fan, huge Chicago fan. So a couple marquee cards that I would like to collect going this year. Again, I will not be able to obtain all of these. These are just a few that if I can find them, great eye appeal and good price, they're the ones that I'm going to try to concentrate on. The 1954 Topps Ernie Banks rookie card has been on my list even when I was a kid, so it's still there today. Couple 1966 Philadelphia cards, Gale Sayers, Dick Butkus, both on my list. 76 Topps Walter Payton. Few basketball mixed in there. I was a huge basketball fan as a kid, so 1970, 71 Topps Pete Maravich, 72 Topps Dr. J, and of course the 1980 Bird Magic with Dr. J rookie card for Bird and Magic. So those are the ones that are on my list. Obviously, if I'm able to find some great deals on other vintage, I won't shy away from it. But those are kind of the main concentration cards for the year. For TTM, the goal is to send out 450 to 500 TTM. Always hoping for 90% plus return, but all the ones we can get are great. So I'm looking to be somewhere in that number of ones sent out. And I plan to share at least once a week all my returns that I get from the TTM. And when I'm able to pick up some vintage, I will share those as well. So in a couple future episodes, I will share what I picked up in 2025 and just kind of let you see where I started. No big names, kind of some oddball cards, oversized cards. Is there a much easier entry level point for vintage? Still able to get some name guys at a reasonable price. So that's kind of where I started. So I'm going to turn this camera around and share my TTM success from 2025. Welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy, and hope to see you again. All right. Let's start with the collection that got me back into TTM. The 91 Skybox. Being a huge basketball fan, the signatures on the 91 Skybox are just phenomenal. So again, I started March of 2025 back into the TTM game. And these are just a few returns that I have. First, I'll show you the 91 Skybox. I also have 90 Skybox. Those would be my two basketball collections. And then I'm working on the 90 Fleer Baseball, 91 Fleer Baseball, and then some Olympic and some vintage thrown in there from time to time as well. So here's just a little quick review of the cards that I received last year from March up until the present. Couple bigger names, no huge names here, but Robert Parrish, obviously, Hall of Famer. Larry Nance. If I recall, in the Skybox set, none of these had a fee. So these were all free of charge. The Spud Webb is actually one that I received as a kid. One of the only few TTMs that I still have that were sent out as a kid. I do not know that he still signs today. But like I said, just super crisp. The white backgrounds just show great with signatures. Some of these I don't really count towards the Skybox collection, if you will. These are some vintage guys that I just thought looked great on these white backdrops. This is Louis Dampier, Gail Goodrich, Bill Bradley, and a Jim Calhoun. And now we're into the 90 Skybox. The signatures definitely don't show as well on the 90 Skybox. They were just a great accompaniment for the 91s to be able to get two cards for one, if you will. So again, not nearly as crisp of looking signatures, but still pretty cool to get basically two signatures on all the returns. I try not to send too many more than that. You'll see a lot of videos of people that send 3, 4, 5 cards. It's not my jam. I feel like it gives everybody else a better chance of being able to get their card signed if we don't overdo it with our requests. Here are a few vintage hockey. These two were sent this year. Some pretty cool. I know Scotty Bowman no longer signs, but really cool inscription on there with a 14-time Stanley Cup as well. Thought about working on the 91 score set for hockey, strictly because I have a ton of it sitting around. Growing up in the era of the junk wax, I still unfortunately have a ton of it sitting around, which makes great TTM fuel, but that's about all it is worth now. So here is the start of my Olympic collection. I'm working on gold medal ones. I got these flag cards to kind of mimic, I believe it was 90s Fleer or score card that came in a baseball. Just thought signatures looked really cool on these. These are my first two from the 1980 Miracle on Ice. I'm trying to get the whole team as well as one card signed by all of the team. So just another project that I started. And then these are just Olympians. Big wrestling fan, real wrestling, not to doubt anybody's WWE or WWF. This is Dan Gable, Cale Sanderson, Kurt Angle, and just quite a few. Lisa Fernandez, but a bunch of Olympic gold medalists. Just another project that I have that I'm working on. And page 2 here. So that's it for my basketball and Olympic athletes. Sorry, I'm thumbing through here for you. I will get a start on the 1990 Fleer. These two with the white, I feel, just really show really great signatures. So again, these are from March of last year to the present, with quite a few. I pair these with the 91 Fleer that I send out all the time. I'll get to the 91 Fleer, possibly the ugliest set ever made, but for whatever reason, even as a younger kid, I loved the yellow borders, and they just show really well with the signature. If there's any cards any of you out there are seeing that I'm missing, please let me know. Share any addresses you might have. Most of my addresses I post on Facebook for card autographs. I will share that post. And I also get most of mine from Sports Card Forum. The Facebook groups are great. There's a fair amount of them that do a good job of sharing addresses. There's a few that don't. I kind of steer clear of those. I know everybody needs to put in their own work to find them, but it's great to be able to share your success and help somebody else along the way, I feel. Most of these, I haven't done a lot of the pay players yet. I've worked on most of the free ones. There will be a few that you will see in the 91 set that I did do the pay for ones. So give me 1 second and I will share the 91 Fleer with you as well. Alright, so this is probably my favorite set currently to collect. I am at roughly 140 returns on the 91 Fleer. I'll just kind of thumb through these, and like I said, just the signatures just pop really well with these cards. Mark Grace here, he is a pay. He's been really well at signing this year, though, and all these guys, you never know how long they're gonna continue to sign, so try to strike when the iron's hot. Rick Russell, TTM GOAT, is a great signer, being a Cubs fan. Juan Gonzalez, big 90s name. Ron Gant as well, both free. Juan Gonzalez might be charging now. When I got it, he was still no fee. That is a send to Puerto Rico, but usually a pretty quick turnaround on him as well. Andre Dawson does charge. Andre Dawson is my favorite Cub of all time as a kid. couple of these are pay guys: Henry Cota, Dave Magadan, Steve Sachs, Kent Herbeck. I believe they're $5 a piece. Dave Righetti is now $5 a piece as well. Frank Viola, it's also $5. Pretty cool that he inscribed that. Didn't ask for it. Junior Ortiz is also a fee. And Dave Stewart also charges a fee, which is a very quick return, though, and a really cool signature. All right, well, that's all the ones I'm going to share today. I will share my success as we go forward into 2026, but that is everything that was received in 2025. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.